This game is brought to you by Pepsi. More happy. By I Love New York. What a great vacation. ILoveNY.com. By Pontiac, the official performance machines of the MAAC. And by Anaconda Sports and The Rock, the official basketball of the MAAC. And welcome back to the 2007 Bank of America MAAC Women's Basketball Championship semifinal action featuring Loyola and Iona. We take a look at today's keys to the game. Brought to you by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Loyola has to get the ball inside. They'll get to the foul line if they get the ball inside. They need to score in the perimeter, and they need to limit their turnovers. Iona, they need to stay focused for 40, defend inside, and they need to pressure guards.
Officials will be a key part of this ball game. You mentioned that at the top.
Well, the officials, it's really all about the whistles today. You have good crew, you know, and the refs, they're high tech this year. If you take a look at their waistbands, you're going to see a precision timer. The timing device starts on the whistle, and there's no need for error from the table. So this is a great piece, and the official explained to me at the start of the game the reason that the piece was invented was because 2 officials were fired because of a clock situation. So it's job protection.
That is for sure. Anything to make the game a little bit better. Iona coming out of their huddle, led by Tony Bozzella this year. Loyola will be wearing green. Gales of Iona will wear gold. They split the season series this year, but this is the rubber match and the most important game, obviously, the season at this point in time. Winner of this game will take on our next semifinal winner. That game to feature Marist and Siena. MAAC Player of the Year, Martina Weber, had a wonderful game yesterday, 28 tying career high points. Underway, Jill Glessner has it. She wears 22 for the Hounds, and she lost it on the way to the basket. Problems were with turnovers yesterday for the Hounds. They had 26 turnovers in total.
Well, when we spoke with Joe Logan, what he talked about was that his players didn't focus for the entire ball game, and they fell into a 10-minute stretch where they allowed Canisius to get right back in there, and part of it was turnovers.
Horvath, one of the top assist makers in the league, heading from deep. Tiara Haddon, a very quiet game yesterday. She gets off early. Heading in the ball game yesterday, held to just 3 points. Just on 1 field goal she made. Down low to Woods, swatted away. And Caitlin Grant, who had a big block at the end of the Canisius game yesterday, when Amanda Cabo tried to launch a 3. She blocked the first attempt, then Cabo got it again and missed wide to the left. And Loyola advanced to today's game.
Well, Iona certainly has a size advantage to start the game. Weber has 4 or 5 inches on every player that's on the court.
Grant outletting there for Tolliver, who brought some rain with that jumper. And it's 3-2, the Gales. Horvath gets him up in a hurry. Here's a foul on the post, and here's exactly what we were talking about. How do the officials call the game, especially early? Today's coaching matchup is brought to you by Anaconda Sports and The Rock. That's Joe Logan, just named the Coach of the Year in the MAAC, off to the left in year number 2. And Anthony Bozzella has led his team to back-to-back winning seasons for the Gales of Iona.
You mentioned the officiating, and I do believe that if it's a tight ball game, it's to Loyola's advantage if the officials let them play. And Iona is a more physical team. And Martina Weber, who's gone to the bench because she got a clip in the face when she jumped out to defend a screen, I'm sure will be back in when it gets under control. She's the kind of player that if she fouls quickly, it changes what they want to do. And they need her in this game to get to the next level. Case in point, last year's semifinals played just 11 minutes against Marist. Picked up 3 fouls in the first half, just wasn't the same player. And wasn't the same team. There's just no way Iona can compete at this level without Weber on the court. There's Pettijohn trying to turn the corner against Grant. She shuffles. Iona Coach Bozzella talked to us before the game, and his concern was that his own turnovers, but that those turnovers do not translate to Loyola points, because he said that he didn't mind a walk here and there. What he couldn't have was passes picked off or turnovers in the midcourt that resulted in 2 points. Glessner dumping down for Wood. She mishandled.
Horvath to bring him up. 4 consecutive years, over 100 assists each year. She goes to the cup. And Wood, who had 9 rebounds in the win yesterday, pulls that one down. He was 4th in the MAAC this year in rebounding. Lesnar, all-conference performer, puts it to the floor. They got nudged a bit. And the whistle sounds. A push is called. Will be an inbound situation for the Greyhounds.
Lesnar she just does such a nice job when she goes to the basket. You know, she puts the ball down left and right. She continues to go. She got sandwiched there. What a player. Knows her range, knows her limits, and plays within them and is spectacular because of it.
Rosina Cook picked up the personal foul. Martina Weber will be coming in on the next stoppage in play. She was nicked up early on the first possession. And a hold called out here on the sideline. Del Falco is called on that.
Iona is trying to pressure the guards. You know that in 41 meetings, Loyola leads 30-10. This season, each team won at home, and they're tied in the MAAC championship history. So this is a real rubber game for them.
Series history brought to you by Pontiac, the official performance machines of the NCAA and the MAAC. Here's Horvath out between the rings for Anger. And the touch pass, Del Falco for the 3. They've hit their first 2 triples in the ball game.
Those guards hitting perimeter shots are huge for Iona because you'll see that Martina is not going to put the ball down. She's not going to force it inside. She's going to pass it quick.
Dunn off the elbow. Dunn had a nice game yesterday. 198 career steals defensively. She's sound 13 times offensively in double figures. That one off the bar. You look at Iona as a misfire there on a perimeter shot. They are the #1 team in the MAAC in three-point accuracy, and I think a lot of that is because of their inside game, with the kickouts on the perimeter.
Well, that's what opens things up for them, and if you make those shots, your inside game can function without triple teaming, and your outside game gets shots that guards aren't running out at you. So that you need inside outside. You can't live on just the inside game, nor can you in the outside game.
Loyola played in the championship game a year ago, lost to Maris, a young team at that time. A little bit more seasoned this year, even though they lost some key veterans. Lesnar has had a wonderful year, averaging 15 points a game. Dolliver shadowed on D, and a rebound to Cook. Now, Cook didn't even play yesterday. And here she is getting an early call up from the bench.
Well, it's all about matchups. I think the coaches look and see that teams, some players match up on your team with quickness and speed a little bit better than others. So you might see some different faces today and tomorrow.
Anger will check out. Anna McLean checks in. And Weber will go out again. And Hedden's coming back in now, all for the Gales. Good year for them. They were record-setting 19 wins so far in the year. School record was just attained last year when they went 17-12 in Division I. Meanwhile, Loyola, they're looking for the 19th win today. It's Head. She's perfect so far in the ball game.
The guards have shot extremely well on the outside game. And Loyola now has still not gone to its bench. They're staying with who brought them, and the fatigue factor might play in.
Early lead here for the Gales. And a reach there on Horvath. 4:21 remaining or gone here in the first half. As the free ball has been important so far for the Gales. With the inside-outside game, Del Falco on the finish.
Canisius College in the city of Buffalo, one of 28 Jesuit universities across the nation, offering more than 70 undergraduate and graduate programs in the liberal arts, business, and education. Canisius prepares graduates to become leaders in their professions and in their communities. Personal attention, internships, service learning, and co-curricular activities provide opportunities to expand leadership skills and launch successful careers and lives. Canisius College, where leaders are made.
Thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday morning here in Bridgeport. Women's semifinal. Iona's got an early 8-4 lead. And fans, you want to find out more about your favorite teams and how they're doing in the MAAC tournament, all you have to do is log on to MAACsports.com. Again, for scores and much more. In fact, check out all the results from previous played games here in the MAAC men's and women's tournament. Back underway. Ebony Tolliver. She wears number 1 for the Hounds. They're just 2 of 6 in the early going, shooting from the field. And has hit half their shots. Vika Sholikova for the Ducking. Transferred in for Bitt, tracks it down, they'll get a reset. She was a real find for them. She became eligible at the end of December. Since that time, they went 14-4 with her in the lineup.
Well, she was voted 6th Player of the Year award. Comes off the bench, gives them a huge boost. Great size. Reminds me a little bit of Liana Yansoni from Siena. Of course, MVP, Rookie of the Year, all those things. And she has the same style of play. Can hit from the outside, can put the ball down, and is really tough on the inside.
Talking to Joe Logan, the head coach for Loyola before the game, I said, I'm impressed with Sholikova. He goes, yep, it just depends which one shows up to play. Because I saw her against Ryder earlier this year. She was like a point forward. And then yesterday, I thought she was in and out of the game a little bit. It's some physical presence, obviously. Etta John. Out front now for Horvath. The McLean as they pound it down. Etta John tracked that one down. She knew exactly where it was coming off. Here's the 3. Del Falco's got her second triple of the ball game.
The guards have really stepped up.
They have now hit 3 of their first 5 on the threes. And the numbers on Del Falco. Lester lining up with Sholikova, Dunn, as well as Wood and Tolliver. Sholikova went wide. And a very good athlete in the open court. McLean tipped it to the end line.
They're banging them home today. When you think of the Iona guards, you don't think of them as great outside shooters. But boy, DeFalco is just picking up where she left off yesterday. She scored that big 3 against Canisius that changed the whole outcome of the game.
They were just 3 of 13 in their win against St. Peter's, but the big one came with 3.5 minutes left. And Wood curled in, draws the foul. So it appears that Loyola will try to pound it down low, get the big people of Iona into foul problems, if they can.
Well, it's already the 4th team foul, and we've only played 7 minutes of the first half. So Loyola's a good foul shooting team. They'd like to be at the foul line shooting 1-on-1s or 2 shots most of the game. And Bieber is back in for Pettijohn, which means the big player matchup will be seen now.
It's been an adventure at the free throw line this season for Megan Wood. Regular season, she shot 44%. Comes up big there, drains a couple, and it's 11-8 the Gales. So a 4-0 run here by the Hounds to get back within a full possession, and some pressure here by the Greyhounds. Gales had a good year last year. In fact, it was their first winning season in 24 years' time, and they won 17 ball games and dropped 12. Horvath got caught in the air. She was going to try and call for the timeout. You can't get that timeout anymore, and the official calls for the walk. Caitlin Grant will be inbounding. Tolliver's taken out. Tanisha Davis gets a last-second word from Joe Logan.
Loyola really wants to set the pace of this ballgame. They don't want to get into a running down game with Iona. They want to use the offense around the perimeter. They want to pass the basketball, go side, top side, use a little bit of the clock.
Lester calling for the ball. Off the curl, and their best shot blocker, she went right into Anna McLean.
Well, Anna McLean has shown signs of brilliance, and if she can continue her growth pattern, and it's all been positive, then Iona will be a team to contend with or without Bieber.
Long range by Dunn. Two-pointer just inside the arc.
And Dunn, yesterday against Canisius, she had foul line written all over her forehead game. It was put it to the foul line, get yourself a point.
She scored 20, 8 for 8 at the free throw line. So Logan says she comes to play, especially in the postseason. And you remember the game she had against Marist in the championship game last year. That was a deadened shot that fell through for Horvath. I thought I was going to get stuck there again.
Horvath has 801 career points.
Just went over that mark with that shot. Weber and Glessner get tangled up. 24, I believe, is going to be the number. Joe Logan calling things out from the sideline. It is on Weber, and that's her first.
And it's the 15th foul for Iona.
Off the inbound, a sneaky shot there by Glessner. Got to keep track of her on the floor.
She's just a great little athlete. She gets to the basket all kinds of ways.
So the Gales lead it now by 1. Horvath with McLean, along with Hedden out there, Del Falco, and Weber. Weber is very aggressive in the post. She'll be coming through, knocking some people around. And she just picked up foul number 2.
And the offensive foul, and that's something that Coach Buzzelli was worried about was, I don't want her to pick up 2 fouls early, and with just 8 minutes played, the best player in the MAAC gets a cease.
Martina Weber from Bitburg, Germany. How animated was she yesterday with you in the post-game interview after the win against St. Peter?
Oh, she was just precious, talking about her 5 cups of coffee to get her day started.
And it rings in there for Tanisha Davis. 14-13 Hounds. And down goes Caitlin Grant, draws another charge.
In the foul situation, we talked about it at the start of the game. If it went Loyola's way, then it was a huge, huge advantage. You see the drive. McLean has picked up the foul. They go into the foul line.
MAAC fans can win great prizes in the MAAC Pathmark Slam Dunk program at area Pathmark stores. Use your Pathmark Advantage card to buy select Capri Sun Base 10-packs or Capri Sun Roaring Waters. Select Kool-Aid Jammers 10-packs or select Nabisco single-serve tray packs. And you're entered to win a Pathmark gift card and round-trip travel on JetBlue Airways or a gift card from FYE. For information, visit your local Pathmark store or MAACsports.com.
450 years of Jesuit tradition are woven into a Fairfield University education, an education characterized by academic excellence and service to the community. Fairfield's success is fostered by a caring faculty that knows their students as individuals. Located just an hour from New York City, Fairfield University combines a park-like campus conducive to learning with the city's cultural and career advantages. Fairfield University, where education reflects the challenges and opportunities of a changing world.
First Loyola lead of the morning, 14-13. As the Gales had jumped out on the strength of some three-point shooting, knocking down 3 of their first 5. At one point, they led it by 7. Now the Hounds have come back. Davis out there with Sholikova, along with Glessner, Dunn, and Caitlin Grant.
And Weber, who's gone to the bench with 2 fouls, has just played 4 minutes in this first half.
Very similar to last year, almost eerie when you look at it. She picked up a couple fouls. Then Bozzella brought her back in, and she picked up her 3rd against Maris in semifinals. They only played a total of 11 minutes when she fouled out in the second half. Over the back is called. Good position that time by McLean. Sholikova, St. Petersburg, Russia.
Well, McLean, as I mentioned earlier, she's really improving. And if she improves, then they can stay in the game. If you take a look at shots here, Iona 3 for 5 at three-point line and 2 for 5 in the inside.
Here's McLean, hacked by Glessner. She thought she got all ball. Anna McLean, one of a dozen children. She has 6 sisters and 5 brothers from Freeport, New York. Already listed 8 all-time in career blocks with 60 as we head into the MAAC tournament this weekend. Not a good free throw shooter. There's Weber, plagued by fouls. And will Tony Bozzella, depending obviously on game conditions, sit her out the rest of the half? That's a lot of time with 11 minutes and 11 seconds now. That's a big decision to make.
Well, he mentioned that when he put her back in the game last year, she picked up her 3rd foul. So if he's thinking that way, then he's going to sit her down. Pettijohn just picked up, I believe, her 2nd foul.
Yeah, moving screen on Pettijohn. That is her second. Team foul 7 on Iona. They don't shoot its offensive
It was,
foul.
you know, and she's moving here, but it looked like Dunn gave her a little bit of shove before she could get in position.
Looked like Dunn anticipated the screen. Did shove it. Glessner tied up.
Yeah, Hedden doing a good job on Glessner.
Cholikova bouncing, intending that time for Grant. And Cholikova was so interested in getting the bounce pass, she knocked over Pettijohn.
And Pettijohn took the charge. That's Sholikova's second foul. So both teams now, big people, are on the bench.
We'll have to bring in Jessica Anger. There goes Cholikova out as Anger now replaces Pettijohn. Game conditions warranting all these substitutions. That's why you need a decent bench when you get to dirty time.
You sure do. You're playing 3 games in 3 days, and the foul situation will warrant it.
Here's Hedden, poked free by Glessner. All the reason you play all those non-conference games. Find out what you have and how deep you can go. Shot clock's at 7. Anger for the spin.
And Anger's come in on a couple of occasions and given them some really good minutes.
Anger transferred in a couple years ago from Winthrop. Walk called.
We take a look at the nice spin by Anger, and she goes left and then turns around and gives him right. Now, if Anger can play this way and McLean can play this way, then Martinez stay in the bench will be the entire half. He won't even think about bringing her back in.
Well, Falco rims out. Just earlier had made her 101st career three-pointer. Got a couple today to go down. Falco playing good defense that time, holding out Davis. Felicia Davis, a junior from Brooklyn. Stopped out by Anger.
Coach Logan doing a lot of screens on the ball today. Didn't see it at all in yesterday's game. Really making the guards of Iona have to communicate. And so far, they've done a nice job of it.
They take Horvath out of the lineup. Joanne Smith checks in. First time here this morning. 9.5 left. First half, 15-14 Gales. 2 on a shot clock. Davis gets it up and hits. Well, that was a bailout, and she put it home.
Those are the backbreakers the coaches just lose sleep over.
You can understand that. Sleep. What is sleep? There's Del Falco. Boy, Del Falco's from East Brunswick, New Jersey for Anger. And you could anticipate that collision coming.
You knew that would happen.
Anger very physical with the hip check. Right into the Greyhound bench.
That's her first, but it puts them in a situation where they've already 19 fouls. So Loyola's going to the line for a 1-on-1. Next one, it's 2. You see it here, no chance. Just absolutely no chance at the basketball.
Well, they do play hockey at this arena here. They're in at Harbor Yard. And Davis at the free throw line. Good time management, too, by Joe Logan as he gets Glessner out of the lineup with 8:57 left because he knows he's got a media time out coming up in about a minute's time. So he gets her a little rest.
So he can get her a total of 3 or 4 minutes, and then she can play an entire game with those kinds of minutes.
17-15, Greyhounds lead. Iona with the basketball. Laura Del Falco had a season high this year, 21 points against St. Francis of New York. We're here at the arena at Harbor Yard, women's semifinal featuring Loyola and Iona. Bridgeport, Connecticut, Dean Darling on the call with Cecilia DeMarco. First of 2 semifinals today. Loyola leading 17-15. Second game will feature Maris and Siena. Joanne Smith, 9 on the shot clock. Went to the left hand. And McLean a bull inside.
I just like the way she plays. I liked her when she was young and inexperienced, and now behind Weaver, she seems to have really tooled up her game a little bit and ready to step in and add some great minutes to the Iona.
Last year she averaged 14 minutes as a freshman, and this year minute better than that. Tolliver from long, and Dunn got hurt as she collided with somebody, and she is wincing and half bent over. You'll see her come into your screen there, injuring a leg. And now the official, realizing there's no advantage, will stop play, and they will take Dunn out.
Yeah, it's really all about advantage, and that's the official's discretion call. Does he feel as if they're in a position where they can win or not? And you take a look, it's all about inside play. McLean's doing it.
I know most of you just graduated high school last year, or maybe you've been working for a while, seen some things, done some things, but nothing has prepared you for what's going to happen now. We're going to set goals for each of you, way up here, here, way up here, and then we're going to help you exceed them, believe it. And when finished, you're going to have not just a degree, you'll be a different person, a better person. Welcome to Iona.
Aspire, achieve. Iona. Call Iona College at 1-800-231-IONA.
I know most of you just graduated high school last year, or maybe you've been working for a while, seen some things, done some things, but nothing has prepared you for what's going to happen now. We're going to set goals for each of you, way up here, here, way up here, and then we're going to help you exceed them, believe it. And when finished, you're going to have not just a degree, you'll be a different person, a better person. Welcome to Iona.
Aspire, achieve. Iona. Call Iona College at 1-800-231-IONA.
1917, Loyola in the lead. 7:49 left here in the first half. MAAC fans, get in the game. Play the MAAC. Text to win trivia challenge powered by Verizon Wireless. Just text the word MAAC to 2244 from your Verizon Wireless phone for your chance to win cool prizes only from Verizon Wireless. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you. Free ball has been quite the major factor in the ball game for the Gales. They've made 3 of 6. Loyola hasn't even tried one. Gales game plan, pounded inside. Gales got some foul problems. Cutted John, as well as Weber, both on the bench with a couple.
Iona's done a nice job keeping its head in the game with Weber going to the bench. You know, this could have that could have really affected play, and it hasn't. The guards have stepped up. McLean has stepped up.
The Gales with 14 players returning this year. That's a sign of maturity. Last year they were in the same scenario. They didn't do that well. Stat track, field goals, both teams shooting rather well. The difference in the three-point numbers. And the turnovers are close. Weber's going to come back in at the 7:02 mark. She went out with about 13 minutes left here in the half with her second personal foul.
And she has only played 4 minutes in this first half, and she's really got to be careful here. Not to pick up that third.
Now, if you're Logan, obviously you try to run some stuff down on her.
You're going to go right after her. And Wood is tough. You know, she might be small, but Weber can't get caught pushing Wood back.
Wood's physical, though. Here's Haddon from deep. Started the game with a 3. Jessica Smith wrapped it down. They'll get a new opportunity. Weber calling for the ball. 28 points yesterday in the win against St. Peter's, 63-54. Weber went down and is getting up very slowly as the Hounds are called on it. There's Martina Weber.
I think she just tripped on her own ankle as she went through it. She didn't, I don't think any contact was created.
Haddon with the up fake, now shooting. Nice rhythm on that jumper.
And Haddon's a great athlete. And I've said I thought that the reason she hasn't really shown is because she's been in the shadow of Weber all season, and she's got 2 quality guards in Horvath and Del Falco that she has to share the spotlight with.
She has 7 points here in this one. 6 minutes remaining, first half. Erica DiClemente, first time in the ballgame, walks. She's the freshman out of Blue Bell, Pennsylvania.
Heaton is doing some great things today. You know, she has the ability to fake right and go over with the left hand and pull up. She changes from vertical to a horizontal to vertical in a heartbeat, and that's tough to guard.
Bieber had 3 shirts around her. Had to kick it out. Again, look at them collaborate on Bieber. Iona Ricketts misses on that one.
Well, they have 3 people around her every possession. She can't put the ball down. She has to become a passer today.
Gets that rebound. Horvath down the sideline. She has heading over here on the left if she sees it. Vanessa Ruffin checking in for the Hounds, wearing number 50 as well, as both coaches exchange on their benches. Quick double teams by the Hounds with 10 on the shot clock. Heading again, likes the left side. Kicked out there by Joanne Smith. They're going to change that call. We'll wait.
It'll be Iona's ball under the basket.
It appeared that Smith got a touch on it. Hound bench didn't like it. Any avail. Inbound here for the Gales. And Bieber.
When she does get the ball, she's going to get beat up. And 3 people, someone's going to take a smack at her, and she's going to end up getting the foul line. What she has to realize today, Dean, is she may not be the big scorer today, but she could set an assist record because 3 people are around her at all times, and she's got to be able to find them free and get the ball out quick.
Yeah, quick passage, you're right. Now, that should have never happened on the baseline, a bounce pass into somebody like that.
No, I mean, someone missed an assignment.
So Bieber goes to the free throw line very often, about an average of 6 times a game. Double-double yesterday with the 28 points and 10 rebounds, and 8 of 11 at the free throw line in the win against the Beehives.
And Pettijohn coming back in for Bieber. And, you know, this is a good move. She got a few minutes. She doesn't feel like she didn't play in the first half. Now, Pettijohn's got to be careful, too, because she has 2 fouls. So both of them are in a situation where their best big people have a couple of fouls.
Bieber went out because she is being bothered by a leg problem. She's behind the bench right now for the Gales.
Well, I think that's almost a blessing right now, Dean, because if they can get out of this game just a couple of points down or up with Bieber on the bench with just 2 fouls and ready to go in the second half, that's not a bad deal.
She's had a couple operations on her Achilles tendons, and it has given her problems. She's on the far end of the bench, as you see her there in the corner of your screen. Greyhound basketball, kicked out defensively with 17 on the shot clock.
Well, Bieber missed most of the non-conference season because of these injuries. She plays through a lot of pain, and Achilles just nags you, doesn't go away.
I asked Tony Bozzella, what does she wear? He goes, what doesn't she wear? She's like a mummy with that sneaker on. Tries to get support. They got heel supports, orthotics. Really bothered her last year. She actually got operated on in Germany over the summer. Head tried to turn the corner, left it out there for Horvath. Shot clock's getting down. Iona Ricketts. Dunn lost it. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in a tight affair here in our first semifinal of the day.
What does it take to be a leader? A strong foundation to understand the challenges of our world. The vision to inspire others. The desire to make a difference. Jesuit education at Loyola. Preparing tomorrow's leaders today.
21-19, Gales of Iona. You see their banner hanging here at the arena at Harbor Yard, hosting this year's 2007 Bank of America MAAC Women's Basketball Tournament. Coming up halftime, we've got MAAC news and notes, feature on the MAAC Women's Player of the Year, and highlights and stats. Gales score off the inbound. 23-19, Iona. Search of win number 20.
It's been the foul situations now for both teams. You have Grant, Wood, and Sholokova, all with 2 fouls in the first half. You have Pettijohn and Bieber with 2 fouls. So the foul situation for both teams, the officials are calling the game tight. sending teams to the foul line. That'll be where the game is won or lost today.
Just watching Pettijohn doing a great job sealing off against Sholokova, and they could have tooted the whistle on that one. Bozella wanted the call.
And both those players have 2 fouls,
Yep.
so the coaches are opting to go with the best and just, it's do or die today for them.
Lesnar got out of control. Flip.
Pettijohn did a terrific job on defense. Lesnar thought she could create contact. Pettijohn stepped back, no contact. Lesnar just kept spinning.
Joanne Smith checks in, second time today. Manasquan, New Jersey, most versatile guard that they have off the bench. Broke her nose against Army 2 years ago. Missed 7 games. Last year as a junior, like 7.5 minutes. Just a real good role player for Bozzella. Lesnar fronts against Haddon in the zone. Now they switch back. There's some man coverage. Horvath missed it wide. And it's a shot clock violation. Horvath is saying, I did hit the iron.
And it did hit the iron, and the officials will look at the table with it, or they'll confer. So it should have been a reset. You see it now. Horvath comes through. You'll see it hit the iron. It just glances off the side of the rim. She saves the basketball. It will be Gold's possession if they look at a monitor.
And that's what Anthony Bozzella is saying right now to the official. Here's another view.
You see it changes.
I don't know if it
the direction.
Did
well, it would have. If you see it, it changes. It hits it right there. So it changes direction. It should go to Gold.
Here's another look, and well, they got the luxury.
They've got the luxury of going to the monitor if they choose to.
There's Bozzella.
And this is a legit call on his part. He should challenge it.
John Arminsky, Kevin Collier, Ken Kelly, the officials in charge today. That's Arminsky right there. And Bozzella now is backing off, and they're going to give the ball.
And it should be a full reset, so they'll get 30 seconds. You see it glance, and the ball changes direction.
And it will be Iona ball, and they do. They post 30 up there. So everything is settled. Good work by the officials.
Oh, it's a good change. I mean, they do the right thing, and no coach will be upset when an official makes a change and it's the right call.
There's Horvath. Blocked there. And the Hounds will pick it up. Greyhounds were picked on the MAAC preseason poll to end up 7th. They ended up 3rd, which was a great improvement. One of the reasons Joe Logan was named the Coach of the Year in the MAAC this year.
Well, he lost so much at graduation. 3 key starters and 70% of his offense with it. And to come up and take a team to the number of wins and the position that they're in the tournament is really a tribute to his success as a coach.
They lost the line to Crystal Harrington, Katie Shirley, and the MAAC 6th Player of the Year last year, Jackie Valderas. Done. They would have given her continuation. And for the Hounds, they're at the free throw line once again.
With 2 shots, because Iona finds themselves in a 10-foul situation.
So far in the ball game, Loyola's made 3 of 4. Free throw so important. Dunn had a very good day yesterday at the free throw line. She knocked down all 8.
And they were all when they mattered. You know, she was fouled on possession when Canisius was trying to call its way back into the game, and she just made them all.
As they closed out that win against Canisius in the final 90 seconds, they made 9 of 10. And any coach will take 90%. Talking about 90s, just under 90 seconds left here in the half. 23-21 Iona. A little bit of pressure now. Oliver to pick up on Horvath. Pettijohn steps out. They let him play on. Once again, the shot clock dwindling. Horvath with a launch. And a reset. And Horvath better setup this time. Near new opportunity again for the Gales when McLean couldn't control.
McLean doing just a terrific job today. You know, she was responsible for keeping the ball alive on the rebound after the miss for Horvath and almost got another piece of it today.
They have pre-wrapped Bieber's right leg, but she continues to stay out with a couple fouls and the injury. Anticipate her to come back in the second half. 49.4 remaining. MAAC basketball fans, you can win great prizes in the MAAC Pathmark Slam Dunk program at your local Pathmark store now through March 9th when you use your Pathmark Advantage card to buy select flavors of Capri Sun Base 10 packs or Capri Sun Roaring Waters. Select Kool-Aid Jammers 10 packs or select Nabisco single serve tray packs. You're entered to win a Pathmark gift card and a round trip ticket, JetBlue Airways, or a gift card from FYE. For more information, visit your local Pathmark store or log on to www.macsports.com. There's Red Foxes chilling out a little bit, getting ready to play Siena. Second game of the semifinal today. They bested Manhattan yesterday. Siena with some late game heroics knocked off Fairfield.
I think it's awfully hard to watch before you play.
A lot of times coaches, against different philosophies, like to get to the arena an hour and a half, 2 hours before. Some coaches don't believe in letting their players watch the previous game.
Well, Hedden has just scored her 250 career rebound. She's just a junior.
Play inside and outside. That's she with the basketball. Again, the shot clock getting down. A lot of defense played by the Hounds. And it will go the Hounds' way with 7.7 left here in the first half. Hounds could tie it or take the lead before we hear the horn go off. Short timeout taken here.
Well, it's just to set up the possibility of getting a score and tying it up. I think the big story, Dean, though, is the number of fouls that have been called in this half.
This copyrighted telecast of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the written consent of the MAAC. There's Joe Logan. Very cool, calm, and collected working that huddle in his second year. Former graduate of Loyola, former assistant coach at Loyola, former manager at Loyola. He's done it all. Loves the school, loves the surroundings. Just a good guy in general. Named MAAC Coach of the Year a couple days ago.
Well, he loves it, and he loves being there. He bleeds green. He's going to take the program back to the glory days. He has.
Here's Davis. Final 7 seconds. Too long for Glester, and they throw away an opportunity right there. That's a lot of time to get the ball up court and get a good shot, but this time they overshot Glester on the baseline.
They used a lot of dribble in the backcourt, and when you use a lot of dribble, you're going to waste some time.
That will do it for the first half. So the Gales, with some early hot shooting, hold on by 2 at the break, 23-21, and did a lot without their top player, the MAAC Player of the Year, and Martina Weber, who was on the bench with fouls and a leg injury. We anticipate it coming back in the second half. We'll be back with our halftime after this.
MAAC fans can win great prizes in the MAAC Pathmark Slam Dunk program at area Pathmark stores. Use your Pathmark Advantage card to buy select Capri Sun Base 10 packs or Capri Sun Roaring Waters. Select Kool-Aid Jammers 10 packs or select Nabisco single serve tray packs. And you're entered to win a Pathmark gift card and round trip travel on JetBlue Airways or a gift card from FYE. For information, visit your local Pathmark store or MAACsports.com.
This game is brought to you by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. By FYE for your entertainment, music, movies, games, and more. And by Sirius Satellite Radio. Ride the big dog. The MAAC Coach of the Year, Joe Logan, and his team down by 2 at halftime as we get ready to toss in here to start the second half. Iona goes with Del Falco along with Weber. Weber played only 6 minutes in that first half, plagued by a couple fouls and also with a leg problem. There were Pettijohn and Hedden. Greyhounds are in the green. Gales are in the gold. Del Falco hit a couple in the first half on the threes. scrap heap there with Glessner and Weber tying each other up. And Weber obviously is in some pain. Every time she goes to the floor, goes to get up, she grimaces in pain.
Well, and she does, she looks like she's playing. As she walks back, then she's crying.
And we take a look at our first half stats brought to you by FYE for your entertainment, music, movies, games, and more. Loyola hit a third of their shots. Iona very similar. 3-point numbers. Iona 3 of 11. Back underway. Gales with the ball to Hedden. Hedden off the elbow. Slapped out there by Tiara Hedden.
Well, Martina is always around loose balls. You'd think with her injury she'd be a little selective, but she goes after it. And once she does, I think she really does damage to her kneecap. She comes up, and she's grimacing.
I think it's the Achilles tendon bothering her again. Heavily wrapped lower right leg. She jumps out there on Glessner. And Del Falco will secure. Gales have won 5 of their last 6. Their only loss was to Marist. Tail end of the season. Saved by Grant.
Iona has to move the ball a little bit more before they try to go inside. Nice pass inside from Tolliver to Wood.
So Megan Wood picks up her first field goal of the event. She has 4 points in total. All tied up at 23. Another steal. Glessner. She put her back foot on the end line.
And there are 3 people around that basketball when Martina gets the ball in the low block. And if she brings it down even shoulder level, you have players stick their hands and try to strip away.
So Loyola plagued by not being able to put the ball into the basket over the last 8 minutes on a field goal. Last scored at 7:56. And then you look at Pizzella, star player on the bench next to him for 14 of the 20-minute period.
Well, it's not a pretty game. It's kind of like 2 heavyweights going at each other. And, whoever is left standing is going to be the victor. But this is a huge game for both programs.
Glessner obviously was off balance when she shot that. And Weber labors to get back up with her teammates as Horvath whips it in for Pettijohn with the spin.
Well, Pettijohn is having a really fun game. Loyola may be able to match up Grant and Wood with Pettijohn and Weber, but I'm not sure that they can take both of them out of the play.
So the Gales lead it by 4. Glessner got a good adventure to the basket. Will they give her and one? And they do.
Nice pass inside here. You see Horvath take the ball over to Del Falco. Pettijohn staying in the block. Nice little left-hand move, lays it off the glass. On the other end, you see Glessner continuing to go to the basket, and she really gets clipped.
Del Falco picks up her second personal foul. Joe Glessner brings up a conventional 3. Down to a 1-point lead once again for the Gales. Erica DiClemente will come in. Didn't play a lot in that first half. Glessner goes out again. We'll get her back in around probably the next immediate timeout. Joe Logan's talking to her right now, mid-bench. Del Falco, Horvath, Pettijohn, Weber, Joanne Smith on the floor. Grant, who's active with those hands, slapped it out. Weber from the outside. She can play inside and outside, and that's her first official shot of the ball game.
She takes jump shots at 6'5". She's taking jump shots.
She had a couple free throws in the first half. It was not granted a double attempt, playing only 6 minutes. The block by Pettijohn. You mentioned about Pettijohn. She's having a very good tournament.
She's having a great tournament. And last season she did the same thing. She comes in, she's a tournament player. She's a lot like Dunn. I think Dunn for Loyola really steps up, and I think Pettijohn steps up in tournament. Some kids just have it in them, and I think those two do.
DiClemente died on the baseline. Pettijohn yesterday in the win against St. Peter's had 7 points and 7 boards. This Tolliver, and Weber puts her hand right up.
Weber knew she stepped in. That's her third foul. It was a silly foul, actually. It was one that if she had kept her hands up, she had a chance of a block. Instead, she reaches in and catches her right on the wrist.
Because there's no way Tolliver's going to get that shot.
Why put your hand in there? She's got to go around you at 6'5", and
you're not going to be able to make that off-balance shot.
Yeah, but there was no fight there. She just put it up as soon as she heard the whistle.
Switch there for Ebony Tolliver. Upper Marlboro, Maryland, her hometown. Her cousin is Sean Barber, plays for the Eagles. She's been good at the free throw line of late. Hasn't missed a free throw attempt in the last 9.
Well, Weber has to be smart and not pick up a 4th foul with anything greater than 8 minutes left on that clock.
This is a lady that scored 28 yesterday. She's only got 4 in the ball game. And here, Tony Bozella's team is up 29-28.
Well, Bozella's guards have stepped up, and Pettijohn is having an all-tournament game. She's doing a terrific job today. And McLean, let's give McLean some credit. When she came in for Weber, she did yeoman's work inside.
You look at her line, 13 minutes in the first half. Letterman rebounded with 5. Dribble handoff now for Smith. 4 on the shot clock. The spin by Weber. Vika Sholokova for the rebound.
And Sholokova has 2.
On the back cut. No finish on that one. Horvath on the crossover. Gales to keep it. Megan Wood was trying to get the charge. We head to break with 4 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock in the second 20. 29-28. Gales here.
It's a college in the city.
A college in the country.
It's big.
It's small.
It's modern.
Traditional.
It's Frisbee on the quad.
It's big-time basketball at the Garden.
It's the best of all worlds.
Manhattan College.
A world-class faculty and student body on a beautiful, quiet campus.
Minutes from the center of everything.
So come be a part of it. Manhattan College.
The best of all worlds.
Thanks for joining us here in the 2007 Bank of America Women's Basketball Championships being held in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Coming off the bench there is Brittany Dunn, 29-28. Her team trails by 1. Inbound situation here for the Gales. Weber off a nice move, got hacked to the act. So Wood and DiClemente got mixed up on the switch out, allowed Weber to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, both teams just not shooting the ball very well today. Both teams average 60-plus points a ball game, Dean. And halfway through the half, we haven't broken the 30-point mark. So the offense just hasn't clicked for either side today.
Shooting numbers very close in the first half. 33% from the field for the Hounds, 32% for Iona. Weber gets that one, 31-28. Iona leads. Shot selection, just 1 3-pointer taken by the Hounds, 12 taken by Iona.
I think the defensive pressure on the guards has been outstanding on both teams. So they're taking the shooting out of the mix. And the inside play, they've opted to triple.
Or that second personal foul. Greyhounds were dead last in 3-point accuracy this year in the back. Iona the number 1 team. So the numbers are playing out the way they showed there on the screen. Sholokova, a little bit of a push. And again, Weber hobbling up the court, laboring. 31-30, Gales lead it. Horvath picked up on the defensive side by Tolliver. This is Pettijohn, beautiful spin.
And Pettijohn is just stepping up big time. She's doing it all. I mean, she's getting to the board. She's making shots.
Well, 6 in the ballgame. Sholokova got it rejected there by Weber.
Hands were straight. That looked terrific. Hands were straight. And, you know, Weber's getting the blow because she's not because of the fouls, but because her injury situation. She really needs to see the trainer. You see it here. Hands up straight. No chance of a foul. Sholokova trying to get some contact, doesn't.
Sholokova, she got out of control that time.
She sure did, and it was a great take, and that's her 3rd foul. So you've got the big people on both benches and not in the ball game.
So an inbound for the Gales. 3 ties, 4 lead changes. Largest lead in the ball game for the Gales at 5. That was with about 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Warriors on stats with us today. Chris Ponte is our stage manager. We thank them for joining us and helping us. The duck in again by the native of Gearing, Nebraska. That's Reagan Pettijohn.
Well, Pettijohn's just taking it to him in the inside, and everybody focusing on Weber gives Pettijohn a chance to step up.
8 points in the ball game for Reagan Pettijohn. As I mentioned, out of Gearing, Nebraska high school, she had a perfect 4.0 GPA, class valedictorian.
MAAC fans can win great prizes in the MAAC Pathmark Slam Dunk Program at area Pathmark stores. Use your Pathmark Advantage card to buy select Capri Sun Base 10 packs or Capri Sun Roaring Waters. Select Kool-Aid Jammers 10 packs or select Nabisco single serve tray packs. And you're entered to win a Pathmark gift card and round trip travel on JetBlue Airways or a gift card from FYE. For information, visit your local Pathmark store or MAACsports.com.
Gales of Iona matched their biggest lead in the ball game. Attained there in the first half, and right now they lead it 35-30. It's been Reagan Pettijohn and company. Pettijohn has scored 6 second-half points to help her team out, especially with her star player, Martina Weber, on the bench. Here's Dunn on the elbow. Yara ahead. Another key rebound for the Gales. An offensive foul. Picked up by Megan Wood of Loyola.
That's her first. And, neither team can seem to get any flow going. It's just been fragments of offense, and the defense has kept them in ball games, but nobody's scoring bundles of points.
Gales got here by knocking off a pesky Canisius team yesterday, 63-60. Meanwhile, Gales beat St. Peter's 63-54 to advance the semis. You mentioned about that. Lady likes to play with the lights on. Brittany Dunn with the jumper.
That's her 8th point of the ball game. She's done it quietly.
So Falco Horvath sets the backboard, heading up there with Anger and Pettijohn on the front line. Anger from deep.
And when Wood double teams, Anger did a good job of recognizing and sliding up to the foul line.
Anger has 4 in the ball game. Her team leads by 5. Wood got around Anger that time, and then the throwaway.
Well, Iona's substitutes, Anger and McLean, have done a terrific job. Smith coming in and really spelling Weber, and not just spelling her in time, but really valuable minutes and valuable points.
Yeah, the bench definitely has outdistanced the Loyola bench here in this ballgame.
Well, Loyola hasn't gotten much from their bench, and Iona has. It's going to stay here, and Grant's going to have picked up unofficially. That might be her 3rd foul.
Grant, who played so well defensively yesterday and the win.
You see it in the low block. This displacement. She's hooking her. She's got her around the stomach, and that's the one the officials got to call. That's her 3rd foul.
Caitlin Grant out of Elmont, New York. Cutter, Pettijohn. Knew the shot wasn't there. Brought it back outside. There's the give up to Anger. And a nice play defensively by Dunn, who leads the team in steals.
Every point is, one to be had there. No one is giving up anything easy. You don't see any layups. You don't see any bunnies. There are no giveaways. Defensively, it's as tight a battle as we've seen all year.
Team fouls. They're tied up with 4 apiece. Here in the second half. Pettijohn. And again, she goes down, grasping the ankle. And is she in a lot of pain? She made a tremendous move, and as she was spinning on the follow-through, I believe she may have stepped on Caitlin Grant's foot.
That looks like that may have been what happened, and when she did, it just twisted and gave way. And this is huge. She's here, and she just steps on Grant's ankle, no fault of Grant's, and then just turns it, and comes on down and reaches for it immediately.
And on that field goal, reaching double figures with 10 points.
And we talked earlier, as Weber had had gone to the bench, that Pettijohn was the player that stepped up and took the leadership role.
Don't know if I've ever heard the arena as quiet as it is right now. As the attendants get out there and help her.
Well, this is the largest lead of the ball game. 7 points. Iona, the senior from Nebraska, will be sorely missed if it's a serious injury. Hopefully they can get that tape off. There's tape on it so you know it's a prior injury and now it's just been aggravated. But she's had such a good day. We talk about Bieber's absence, but Pettijohn's been the player that has stepped up. She's gone in from the left. She's spun in, up and under move, a terrific move. And right here, you see her put the ball down, curl in, and use her right hand. She's a very versatile inside player.
So she leaves with the injury, and there's a block called on the Gales, Jessica Anger, with 10 points. Anthony Pizzello's got the walking wounded out there on his roster right now. Martina Weber with foul problems and her right leg bothering her. And now losing Pettijohn, who's his top scorer in the ballgame.
And Anger has picked up her second foul. So, but you know, he's got some depth at the inside position. You don't see it because Martina has played so many minutes this year. But Anger comes in, McLean comes in, Pettijohn does the job, and they've got Smith, the senior on the bench, who comes in and does a very good job.
They can interchange 5 post players. A lot of teams can't do that. Anger, another one.
And a third one, putting one of the better foul shooters to the line for 2.
It could come down to free throws. 39-32. Iona's biggest lead at 7. And done. At the free throw line, regular season, she made 71%. And Centralville, Virginia. One of the seniors on this year's Joe Logan roster. They continue to work on Reagan Pettijohn. And obviously she's in a lot of discomfort. You mentioned about the previous injury. She did have the tape on.
Well,
it.
she was heavily taped on the just coming into the game. So if she tweaked an old injury, then maybe it's not as severe as it would have been had it been the first go around. We sure hope that she can get back in the ball game.
Tiara Hedden giving up for Del Falco. She'll be back again for another year. She was named second team all-conference.
Big foul here. If that's a foul on Grant, that's her 4th, and that's a reach-over foul. Coaches just hate to see.
Tony Bozzella way onto the court to acknowledge the official's call. It's nice that the official get a credit there from the head coach. 11:51 left here in the second half. 39-34. Gales lead it over the Greyhounds of Loyola.
Every choice really does make a difference. In you. In how you see the world. In where you'll go and what you'll do. In the people you'll touch. In the lives you'll change. Including yours. Niagara University. Education that makes a difference.
Reagan Pettijohn injuring an ankle just several minutes ago, having a perfect game from the field. She's got 10 points, 5 of 5 from the field. It was previously wrapped up, as Cecilia had denoted, and they basically took the original wrapping off and rewrapped it, making it a little bit tighter to give her some more support. I'm not sure if she'll be able to come back. Obviously, she has the intentions, and she's lacing up right now.
Well, I'm sure a little bit later we'll see her running behind the bench to see how much weight that foot can take.
Davis from the foul line. Shot was altered. Big possession here for the Gales. They've led by as many as 7 here in the second half.
And Bieber stepping up to the scores table, so she'll be back in as soon as there's a dead ball.
Eden and Del Falco opened the ball game with some threes. That would not finding the mark by Jessica Anger.
It's been a nice touch there for her size.
Horvath fronting on the D against Dunn. Tanisha Davis drawing the foul. She's good off the penetration, off the hard dribble. She can draw fouls.
You have to really give her some space, but she's going to go to the basket. She's going to try to get you to create contact. She did that and did it well.
A couple times this year, scoring 15 against Drexel and Manhattan. Started 6 occasions in the regular season.
And that was Hedden's second foul of the ball game. Martina comes in with 3 fouls and hasn't played a whole lot of minutes. And this game has played just 11 minutes, has just 6 points and a couple of assists and 3 personal fouls. So she's rested. Let's see if Iona can get its offense going in gear here and get her the basketball where she can do some damage.
Her main production's been at the free throw line, where she's made all 4 passes. Head's tripped up.
Well, that's one of those incidentals, and you just want to be able to say, although it's Glessner's second, it adds to the team foul situation. So Loyola are at 6 now, and Iona already at the 7 mark.
Joe Logan, his MAAC regular season record, 25-11, winning number 69%. Took over a couple of years ago. Also worked in the WNBA as an advanced scout for the New York Liberty. Bieber inside. McLean put back. With that twin tandem banging on the boards.
Well, I'm so impressed with McLean. She has improved so much, and today she just seems to be playing within herself.
Sholikova out of control, draws the block though, and Bieber did not get set.
And that's her fourth foul.
Martina Bieber is a foul waiting to happen in this ball game.
Well, she just can't get anything going. On the other end, you see Martina miss. McLean come up big and strong and solid and puts it up and with authority. Good sign, Pettijohn is back at the scorer's table, so they were able to tape her up, and it was not as serious as we were feared for.
You know who she's going to replace, too.
And Pettijohn and McLean, as bookends, did a heck of a job, Dean, and Martina has not been a big factor in this game.
Vika Sholikova came in from the University of Pittsburgh, where she played for a year and a half. Transferred to Loyola, became eligible at the end of December. Named the 6th player of the year in the MAAC. At the press conference recently. Falco and Horvath out there with Pettijohn, McLean, and Hedden. Horvath went deep. Davis meanders his way down the court against Hedden.
And that's what she does well. You talked about it in the last possession. Davis has the ability to split the defense. You've got to be quick, and you've got to give her some space.
Little run here by the Hounds. Cut it to 2.
And
10 left.
Yeah, and that 7-point lead is gone, and we've got ourselves a 2-point ball game again.
Here's Pettijohn on the step out. A walk on Del Falco. They only turned the ball over 12 times in the win against St. Peter's yesterday. We get a short timeout taken here from the Gale bench with 9.5 remaining in regulation.
Well, Mazzella spoke with us before the game. What he had said was he didn't mind the players turning the basketball over, but he didn't want it to translate to points, and it hasn't so far.
Megan Pettijohn led a surge here in the second half. 5 for Gales, not missing a shot, 5 for 5 overall. And now she's back after injuring an ankle. She's getting up and down the floor a little okay, I would say.
Well, she's not, you can see she's not 100%, but she's not hobbling. And Loyola in this stretch has gone on a 7-2 run, so they've brought themselves within 2 points of Iona. But, Dean, no one seems to be in any offensive rhythm. The ball hasn't moved from side, top side, which is a trademark of Loyola. They've not gotten their offense. Credit Iona's defensive pressure on the perimeter.
Seeing a lot of individual drives by both teams today. The inside game of Iona has come to life, though. Led, obviously, by Pettijohn. And you mentioned McLean, who's kept the ball alive several times on the glass. Sholikov out there with Davis and Glessner, Wood, joined by Brittany Dunn. Greyhounds got to the championship game a year ago, and then they lost to Marist. Horvath tried to get the charge, and a foul.
And Dunn's going back to the foul line. McLean picks up a foul there. Horvath tried to get the call, didn't. And that's McLean's 3rd foul of the ball game.
So Brittany Dunn back to the free throw line.
Dunn hasn't missed from the foul line today. She's 4 for 4. She's 3 for 6 from the floor.
Well, there's the jinx again as she misses.
As soon as I say that, don't I?
All 8 yesterday.
And all four today.
And the Gales will bring it up once again at the 9-minute mark. Holding on to a 2-point lead. They split the regular season matchups. And winning at home.
And now we've got this 3-2 zone. Really trying to defend hard in the perimeter, and that is what the 3-2 does. It takes the outside shot away. Gives you a little look inside.
Delvalco trying to ring one up from outside. Had it down, kept it alive. Snatched away. Leicester in front of her own bench. Double team coverage on her. They reverse. There's the hesitation and a walk.
And that's been the story of the game, though. Every time we felt that someone would go on a little bit of run, they sort of self-destructing.
13 turnovers now on the Hounds. So far in the ball game, 11 on Iona. Greyhounds last game had 26 turnovers in the win. Rare you can win a ball game and have 26 turnovers, and they just held on to beat Canisius yesterday.
Well, they sure did. Canisius came running at them. And had 2 threes to tie it, and couldn't put them down.
Big block by Caitlin Grant at the end, and Cabo then got the ball back and misfired on the elbow. And a chance to tie it. 8-minute mark, 41-39. Gales leading.
Just 4 seconds now on the shot clock.
Horvath sending up a wild one. Davis had great presence on the glass, slapped out by Delvalco. Horvath picks it up. Yes, Delvalco anchored on the right for the set shot 3. Timeout, Iona. 3 threes in the ball game. She had 2 in the first half. And she attained her 100th career three-pointer made just earlier. And now, Gales have moved back out in front by 5.
Well, with 3 minutes left in the game with St. Peter's yesterday, Delvalco hit the biggest three-point shot of her life, and she hits another one here. Nice pass by Horvath, and she just does it. You know, when she needs it, she gets it. And in the St. Peter's game, that was the shot that really broke the Camel's back. That really set them in a position where they just went ahead to take it and take control.
Well, the key ingredient there was Delvalco on the deflection to set up the difference, and then in transition she scores off the assist by Horvath. And shot selection, Loyola has decided to pound it down inside, only taking the 1-3. When you look at their numbers, you can understand that, shooting 23.8% in the regular season on three-point attempts, dead last on the MAAC.
Well, you know, but the decision to pound it inside has resulted them in getting to the foul line, and they've got some big people in the Iona team in foul trouble.
They are 13-17 at the free throw line, the Hounds, and meanwhile, Iona's only 4 for 6. Officials now confer, and they had a difference in opinion. They have a conversation. It'll be kept down here at the near end with 7:28 left. Immediate timeout. Iona has control throughout the second half. They lead by 5.
St. Peter's College, success is a team effort. St. Peter's College, education one student at a time.
Well, that fan obviously having some problems. Maybe was here late last night with our crew. Games went to obviously midnight or after. Play back in for the Hounds. Plenty of action coming up today here at the arena. Our second game will feature Maris and Siena, and the men's will kick off with 4 games. Edens got the rebound. Stat track numbers. Both teams shooting in the 30s. 4 more three-pointers made, obviously, by Iona, with the Hounds shooting just 1. And points in the paint. Even though Loyola continues to pound it on dribble drives, the difference has been at the free throw line.
McLean may just have picked up her 4th foul. She moved, or is it 3rd foul?
That's her 3rd.
You see it in the low block. She displaces. She takes Wood and sends it to the other block, and the official picks it up. Now that's Iona's 10th team foul. So for the next 7 minutes, we will see Loyola going to the line on every foul for 2 shots. And this is what they do very, very well.
Megan Wood missed the entire year last year with back injury. But once she was able to lift and get back into the weight room, she became a very strong individual. And the lower part of her body is very strong and hard to move. And that's a good engagement when her and McLean tangle under the glass. And normally Wood is not a good free throw shooter.
They shot well in the tournament.
Yes. She's perfect here today. 44-41 Gales.
In this zone again, this 3-2 zone.
Horvath in front of her own bench. McLean blocked. Got it back and one. He stayed after it.
She's just done yeoman's work on the boards. And she's defended, and she has gone in with muscle. You take a look here. She stays with it, gets alive. Again, gets hit from behind, and ends up at the foul line for a conventional three-pointer.
17 fouls on the Hounds now. 10, as Seal mentioned, on Iona. And McLean, normally not a good free throw shooter, hits that one.
Well, this is tournament time.
Back up to 6 for the Gales.
Sholikova has been quiet in this last series.
Ed got tangled there with Dunn.
You know, and Coach Bozzella looking as if he's his excitement level has reached the next level, and that's Hedden's 3rd foul. So you have a whole lot of people out there with 3 fouls and a couple on the bench with 4.
Pushing his team hard to get to that championship event.
Well, both teams have been there before, and they know what it means to get into the championship game and all that comes with it. So the intensity of both coaches is to be expected. Even Joe Logan, who's mild-mannered, is showing a little bit of spunk on the side today. And he usually is very quiet, sitting down, and all business. But today he's really kind of moving them along.
Hounds have stayed in the ballgame, shooting 80% from the free throw line, 16 of 20. They've taken 13 more than their counterparts. There's Joe Logan. You're right. I haven't seen him get this excited, if you call that excited for Joe Logan.
Well, yeah, usually he just sits and points, and all his work is done at practice, and he makes good decisions. But in games like this, I think everybody's adrenaline just gets kicked up a notch.
Cut of the shot clock. Set shot again by Delfalco. Anger went up to the left. Looked like she's going to bring it back outside. And the save by Delfalco again. Kept it alive to Horvath.
Yeah, their guards have done a nice job just going after loose balls. But credit the inside people for keeping it alive. You know, you had McLean and Anger's tip on the ball. Keep it alive. Your offense has a chance at it.
Delfalco got roughed up there by Dunn. She went down heavily.
That's the 18th foul, so now that's just Dunn's 1st foul. And you'll have Loyola and Iona at the foul line for ones and ones.
Dunn got the knee stuck out there. Well, if Iona does get to the championship game, if you're Tony Bozzella, you hope you're going to dress enough players tomorrow, the way his team's been going down.
His trainer will be busy this afternoon. But he's got more than 24 to prepare. Both teams will, whether it's Loyola or Iona that ends up in the final game. They've got a full 24 to get healthy and rested.
Well, Logan hoping his team moves on to the championship till 2 o'clock tomorrow here at the arena. Harbor Yard. So key free throws made. 6-point lead for the Gales. 5.5 left. Dunn out there with Grant, Tolliver, Glessner, and Sholokova. You know who's been quiet in the second half is Glessner. Not a lot of touches.
Not a lot of touches. You know, they've really changed their offense for today's ball game. They've used a lot more screens on the ball, a lot of pick and the rolls, both teams, and it's really kind of, no one's gotten in a rhythm because of it, Dean.
Short turnaround for both teams. They both played yesterday in the morning. Del Falco poked Jeff from behind by Dunn. Dunn leads them in scoring with 12. Just scored her 300th point of the season, and Anger with a nice check.
Well, Dunn went whizzing on by. There was no staying with her, and Anger did a good job coming over the top and just catching all ball. You see that nice hesitation with Anger, knowing that she has nothing, gets a piece of it.
Lester slips down off the inbound.
Well, Loyola played in a gutsy game yesterday, and they may just be a little fatigued, and maybe some of the mistakes we're seeing are fatigue-related.
They turned it over 14 times in this one, and the spin by Anger. So the role players have come up big for the Gales. Pettijohn, Anger, McLean all off the bench, and it's 51-43, biggest lead of the ball game for the Gales. And
right now, you know, there's no need to take your substitutes out of the ball game, because they're the people that have stepped up and done it for you.
Well, Falco can't believe it. They said, no, it was off her. Inbound situation for the Greyhounds.
Biggest lead of the game, 8 points, with just over 4 minutes left.
Glessner, block and a foul. Hadn't reached.
Glessner had nothing. She was going to have to throw it up against the glass and hope.
So their top scorer, Jill Glessner, who we highlighted in our Star Watch, averaging 15 a game, is averaging half of that in this one, 7. Free throw line activity. She's made 1 for 1. Normally a good free throw shooter. Mazzella has really been working at bench for Iona. Now coming back in, Weber as well as Pettijohn. I wonder about that. You just were talking. I mean, if they're doing the job, the subs, why not keep them in there?
Well, you know, I maybe would have kept them in there for a couple of minutes longer. And at the 2-minute mark, when you want your experienced players back in the ballgame, put them in. But, you know, they did the job. They're getting to the boards. They're making good rejections and good decisions. But he knows them better than we do, Dean.
Definitely. And Weber playing with 4 fouls. And slows it down. Under 4 left here in regulation. Quite a few tight ones yesterday. Loyola beating Canisius by 3, and then Siena beating Fairfield by 1 with a 3-pointer with 2.5 seconds left. 3:43 left. Timeout. Final media one of the day. 51-45. Gales controlling by 6.
This is Siena, a college that builds competence and character, where you're part of a team, a place of academic rigor that builds leaders, offering opportunity and values that prepare you for change, leadership, and life. The tradition, the community of Siena, educating for success, one student at a time.
This game is brought to you by Pepsi. More happy. By I Love New York. What a great vacation. ILoveNY.com. By Pontiac, the official performance machines of the MAAC. And by Anaconda Sports and The Rock, the official basketball of the MAAC. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left here in the second half. Our first semifinal of the day. Iona 51, Loyola 45. Tony Horvath ready. Take a free throw attempt. She gets the bonus. Horvath in the regular season knocked down 76%. Back her freshman year, she was named the MAAC Co-Rookie of the Year. Just named 3rd team all-conference this past week. Holbrook, New York, her hometown. Matches their biggest lead at 8, 53-45. Gale. possession here for the Greyhounds. Wood on the flash. Nice touch by Pettijohn.
Loyola has not scored. Their last field goal was with a 9:56 mark. So lots of what happened in the first half seems to be repeating itself in the second.
Their top two scorers coming in, Glessner and Sholokova, have been held to 12 points collectively, and on the norm, they average 27 points a game. Been a key factor for Loyola. That's Glessner. Here's Sholokova. Nothing inside.
Defense doing the job for Iona. They're really shutting down.
And another steal. Horvath now will take some air out of the ball. Got the word from Bozella.
Well, it's time and score now. With less than 3 minutes, they really have to be shot selective and really smart with the basketball.
Double dribble. Just as you say that, Seal, they give it up on the turnover. Next Hound foul will send them to 10 team fouls. It'll be automatic 2 shots for Iona. Reagan Pettijohn injuring an ankle early into the second half. Got it retaped. Obviously somewhat ginger as she tries to run on it. But she continues to be a warrior out there. On Sunday, March 4th, the MAAC girls of the game will present a special appearance by former UConn standout Rebecca Lobo. Rebecca Lobo will make the presentation before the MAAC Women's Championship game right here at the arena at Harbor Yard. The appearance is open to anyone who has purchased a ticket to attend the Women's Championship game. She'll address the crowd at 12:30 p.m., which will be followed by an autograph session. For more information or tickets, please contact the arena box office 203-368-1000 or Ticketmaster.com. Group sales are also available. She was with us a couple years ago, an engaging young lady. And again, her appearance will be at about 12:30. Autograph signing, 1:15, and she'll take part in the ceremonial tip of the championship game.
Well, she's originally from Central Massachusetts, and she's sort of a hometown girl. And Connecticut certainly loves her, and former Wade Trophy winner, so she has a lot to talk about, and I'm sure that the young kids that listen would learn a whole lot as well.
Look at Pettijohn on your screen earlier as Glessner put it in. Still having problems with the ankle. She's over in the far end of the bench with the leg elevated right now, so we may not see her here again. Done to pick up on Del Falco. Falco hit the key three-pointer with 3.5 left. In a one-point game against Canisius yesterday that helped give them the win. Bieber got inside that time.
Well, they have the 8-point lead now, and Loyola has to do something to get itself within striking distance.
Give and go. Sholokova and Glessner combining. Timeout, Logan Bench. With 1:49 left, 6-point lead for the Gales.
And these are the times when your seniors and your juniors have to make the good decisions, because the freshmen can't be asked to. And fortunately for both teams, they have key seniors on the court. They've Dunn and Glessner that'll be handling the basketball. And they've got Horvath and Del Falco.
And today's Pepsi players of the game off the Iona bench, combining for 13 points and good shooting from the field and 10 boards. Well, there you go, Jessica Anger and Anna McLean. And they kept this game alive for the Gales when Bieber got into foul problems. Pettijohn went down with an ankle injury.
And they contributed, they contributed collectively almost 40 minutes of play. And to get that from your bench on in a semifinal game is pretty telling.
In that last report, McLean had 9 rebounds. So the chase is on here. The defensive intensity will have to step up. There's the trap and a timeout as Horvath got inside the teeth of the trap and wanted to get a timeout in any event.
And Pettijohn is hobbling. She's hobbling now, and she's back in the ball game. And this may hurt them because you can't make transition.
You can't really put the weight on the foot.
Yeah, and you don't want a serious injury because you need her tomorrow.
We're here at the Arena Harbor Yard. Women's semifinal action today. Loyola and Iona. Bridgeport, Connecticut is our site. Dean Darling and Cecilia DeMarco. Thank you for joining us. As we tipped it off around 9:30 this morning, the Greyhounds of Loyola wearing those green outfits. Iona with the gold. And Iona trying to close out with 99 ticks left on the clock, leading it by 6. Pettijohn does stay on the floor. She actually had to lay onto the shoulder of one of her teammates to take weight off that ankle. It's the right ankle that has bothered her, and she went down heavily during the course of the second half. Falco spinning out of the trap. Shot clock's down to 5 seconds. Head and tried on the back cut and lost the ball. Almost a must-score situation here for the Greyhounds.
Well, Iona's mistakes could cost them in this last minute here if Loyola can make a score.
Lester keeping it alive on the glass.
And Pettijohn is crying now under the basket. You see it.
Yeah, she turned to the official appealing for help, and
she can't even get up.
She should have never come back in.
Well, it was a, when she came back in, she was hobbling. And it's not as if the kids haven't done a great job on the bench, and they did have substitutes. But, maybe he was hopeful that his senior leadership could offer some. But this is not a good situation for them if they advance. And you want a healthy Pettijohn tomorrow.
Now walking off under her own power and the tears streaming down, and just a hearty effort here by Reagan Pettijohn. If it weren't for her, they probably wouldn't get the W if they do hold on today, because she's been key for them, making all but one shot, 10 points and a couple boards.
And now they've gone with another guard. You see it here. She just grabs the ankle and cries.
She was down there in the mix, and she got stepped on, I believe, as well. And there comes the pain. Weber off the inbound. They try and trap in the backcourt. Gale's game to win. We saw this happen yesterday where Fairfield gave it away late in the ball game. Situations like this. As Weber goes hard into press row.
Well, you've got to advance the ball forward. You can't be passing the ball in their backcourt, and that really is costly. So now you have, with 50 seconds left, 50 and 1, Loyola a chance to score.
They had to find the basketball. It was under the table. And they found it. Vika Sholikova for the inbound to Dunn. 50 seconds left. Lesnar and 1. And she got fouled. It would have been at 1 if she put it down. Now she shoots 2.
Well, she shoots 2 at the 10 foul mark. And these are key. Now we talk about, DeFalco picking up her 3rd foul, but now you've got a 4-point ball game if she knocks these 2 in.
She's perfect today, 4 for 4. Head coach Joe Logan talking to some personnel along his bench, his assistant coaches.
This is anybody's now. This is anybody's. And Iona had a comfortable lead 10 seconds ago.
And the automatic foul. Sholikova was climbing the back of Weber. They take the long walk. It'll be 2 shots.
And Sholikova, with a necessary foul to stop the clock, picks up her 4th. But it's a 2-shot foul because both Loyola and Iona are at that 10 foul mark.
Every foul now will be 2 shots automatically. Weber at the free throw line. She's perfect today, 4 for 4. Until then, 64% accuracy. Now, this is the scouting report. Obviously, they look to see who to foul in the last couple minutes of the ball game, and shooting at 64%. That's a decent gamble. Something over at the scores table being addressed. Today's referee, John Orminski. The umpires, Kevin Collier and Ken Kelly.
Because she hadn't checked in with the score, so now that they've sorted that out.
So Weber gets that second one. Odd point lead. Final 45 seconds. Weber, 28 yesterday, held to 9 today. A lot of time though on the bench. Partially rejected by Anger in the reverse. Big bucket by Megan Wood.
And with 33 seconds left in the ball game, it's a 3-point ball game again.
I alluded to the game yesterday with Canisius and Fairfield. It was an amazing game. And you look at the game with, I should say, Fairfield and Siena. And Fairfield had that lead in the late going, but they gave it up on a couple key turnovers, and then the big three-pointer by Manzer won the game with 2.5 left by the Saints. As we reset it for you, timeouts left for Iona. 1. Hounds are out. Possession arrow on a tie-up goes to Iona.
Now this is when the coaches really have to be talking 3 plays ahead. And they have to talk about, because the limitations that Loyola has with calling a timeout. Coach Logan's got to talk to them about, if you don't get the steal, you get the quick foul.
And who to foul.
And who to foul. And they don't actually have the luxury of who to foul with the clock. So they may decide that they're going to hit the very first player that gets the ball. And then which is Bieber because of her size. And then you're talking about, okay, if they make or miss, what we do down the other end. So they've got to think 2 steps in advance.
You can check out all the results of this MAAC tournament, men's and women's, on MAACsports.com. Make sure you do that. Here's the tie-up. And a near steal by Dunn. It's loose. Ooh, and they go heavily into press row. And Ebony Tolliver hit the lower part of her back right here on press row.
Yeah, she really took a hit across her lower back. The bench just hit her in the spot when she went reaching for the ball.
And she is laying adjacent to our broadcast location. And again, these are wooden tables, and she hit the lower part of her back as the Loyola players are being called over to talk to their coaching staff. Joe Logan is right next to us, and we have seen a variety of injuries in this one.
All kinds of, and you know, the intensity of the game. You see it goes off of Dunn's head, and Tolliver just jumps, bang, solid into the bench.
Ebony Tolliver is up and bent over, trying to stretch out, getting her composure back, talking with the trainer, and that's miraculous. She's able to walk off. Obviously, she's in some discomfort.
And you know she'll be, that back will hurt tomorrow. She'll be icing and heating a couple of days from now. Well, it's Iona's ball with 26 seconds left. They'll have it here, right where the ball went out.
I think we talked yesterday about the hustle of all the players involved in this tournament. It was exemplified right there.
Well, everybody goes after a loose ball, and all teams have been on at every game. This has just been incredible basketball.
Smith whips in. Dunn checked it out of bounds. Anytime he dumps around the ball, you might lose it.
You know, I'm surprised Joe Smith got taken the ball out. You know, she's one of the substitutes. I think a more experienced player.
And there's the give-up foul. And he'll take a trot down and shoot a couple.
It's 2-shot foul now. And more about the good foul shooter. She shoots well in pressure situations. She's been the starting point guard. She's all everything for them.
Ebony Tolliver still being attended to there on the bench. And Tony Horvath on the year, making 76% of her free throw attempts. 2-possession game now.
And the make here should put it away, because we talked then about a 2-possession with not a whole lot of time.
He's perfect at the free throw line here today.
And there are no timeouts, so Coach Logan's squad has got to get it up and hoist it quick.
Lesnar, kick back, Sholikova. Perfect. 3-ball with 15 ticks left. They'll have to give up the foul.
This team won't say die. They just will not say die. That's Sholikova's 5th foul. And the long-range shooter who really put them in the position that they're in now has fouled out. Did a terrific job down the stretch for them.
They've only taken 3 attempts on 3-pointers, all by Sholokova, and she hit their only one, and it was a big one, as she does have to give up the foul there and foul out.
You see it, Glessner, knowing she's not a strong three-point shooter, finds Sholokova, who just knocks it down. And the bench goes wild, knowing that they're just 2 points down.
So she's disqualified via the foul route. And again, not a good outside shooting team, Greyhounds, but they had to resort to that as Iona played tough on the inside. So it is Iona's game to win at the free throw line with 14.1 remaining. Bieber has missed only one time at the free throw line today. Playing in half of the games, basically. They sat her out the first part of the season after having surgery on her Achilles. And she makes a couple. Again, 2-possession game. Final 10 seconds. Glessner. She got that time involved with Weber, and Weber took a shot to the face.
Yep, and Glessner is going to the foul line. Hedden just stepped in and
she's fouled out, and Weber talking with the official. As Glessner leaned in on the shot, I believe one of her arms collided with the face of Weber.
Well, Glessner does such a good job splitting the defense, leaning in, and creating the foul. And that was all created on Glessner's move. Martina keeps good position. Everything's fine there. She got caught right at the elbow in the nose with it, but she gets a rebound, and she knifes in between, and it's Hedden that's behind her that gives her the bump.
That brings tears to your eyes when you get hit right on that nose.
You get hit on the nose and by an elbow, so
4.6 seconds remaining, 4-point Gale lead.
And Hedden now is fouled out. So you have 3 players that have fouled out here. You've had 2 players from the Loyola team and 1 from Iona. So
technically, Iona's lost 2 players because Pettijohn can't come back in with a bum ankle. So DiClemente was fouled in this entire process. Pushes it up and hits it, a cool freshman.
She's a young Glessner. She really is.
Do you go for the shot here? Do you try to make it?
You try to make it, and I think you have to go with your foul on.
And we get a quick stoppage in play.
And it's, a .1. It's a push. It's intentional. It's a 2-shot foul. And this is where the 2-shot foul rule can separate teams, because if McLean can put just one of these in, and they guarantee that they've got a 3-point situation, it's just a tie.
Well, Anthony Bozelli is arguing for the intentional foul. They did not give him the intentional foul. And that's all subject to review by the officials as McLean makes that. McLean has been so big today with the rebounding and key free throws. On the norm, she only makes 40%, and she buries 2 to help seal what appears to be a win. And a stoppage again.
Well, the clock's above the
baskets went out.
With 1.9 left.
At times it almost looks like Anthony Bozelli is a kid that lost his lunch at school. He is so concerned on that side.
Yeah.
Great facial animation.
And I'll tell you, he'll look sleep deprived tomorrow. You can get, and I think that the Loyola bench now knows they need more than a miracle. They need a 3-point shot. Just take a look at them. The dance team. He's doing the Iona dance team moves.
That suit is going to have to go to the dry cleaner after this one. 1.9 left. He's saying basically, please do not foul. Back off. Let him score the ball. And we'll go home. We'll go to the championship game.
His enthusiasm really is contagious.
Oh, you love it.
You just got to love it.
And then you saw on the other side of the ledger how bad Vika Sholokova fell after she fouled out for the Greyhounds. They're going to call the 2 coaches together because of this timing issue.
And it looks as if they can't get the lights above the basket. So they'll use the side lights, and they'll also, I'm not sure, though, if that precision timing.
They went back up now. They got it fixed.
If that precision timing that the officials have are connected to the sides. I'm sure they're connected to the game clocks, but I'm not sure it would be scoreboard.
Well, you adjust that right at the top of our telecast today. Well, here comes the inbound for the Hounds with 1.9 left, and Iona will let Glessner lean in and shoot and try to get fouled on a three. Gales of Iona advance to the championship game. They'll be taking on the winner of our next game between Marist and Siena. Bozella and Logan embrace. A hard-fought win today for the Gales of Iona, 62-58 over Loyola as they beat them in a rubber match after splitting the regular season. We take a look at our updated MAAC women's brackets as once again Iona advancing, coming off the win against St. Peter's yesterday. The win here today by 4. They go to the championship tilt. Meanwhile, still waiting in the wings, Marist and Siena. One of those teams will vie for the championship against the team from New Rochelle, New York, the Gales of Iona. Final score, Iona 62, Loyola 58. We'll be back after this on the MAAC Television Network.
MAAC fans can win great prizes in the MAAC Pathmark Slam Dunk program at area Pathmark stores. Use your Pathmark Advantage card to buy select Capri Sun Base 10 packs or Capri Sun Roaring Waters. Select Kool-Aid Jammers 10 packs or select Nabisco single serve tray packs. And you're entered to win a Pathmark gift card and round trip travel on JetBlue Airways or a gift card from FYE. For information, visit your local Pathmark store or MAACsports.com.